Well, today's video will start by explaining how to get the bus from Malaga to Benidorm. As like previous videos, and I explained how my bag containing my passport and camera was stolen, and I used the Apple AirTag tracking device, and you're not going to want to miss this. And the ticket today cost €58, and I paid an extra euro for insurance for losses up to €300. And this journey today takes around 8 hours from Malaga to Benidorm, and the stops in the map are coming up. The ticket price here today was €53 as I said at the station, but the bus was booked out mostly for that day. And it is best to book this bus online in advance, and you can also take out insurance. And the stops along the way from Malaga are Granada, Murcia, Alicante, and finally Benidorm, with stops and cafes and rest breaks along the way. And there is a display board for bus departure numbers, which are displayed inside the bus station here at Malaga. And the bus leaves Malaga on time at 6 PM and will arrive into Benidorm at 2 AM in the morning. And there's air conditioning and reading lights above your head, and I must say the aircon worked excellent. There is also an airplane style screen on the back of each chair with games, new release videos and English newspapers like The Sun. The cup holder and tray in front of you, and overhead luggage storage, where I recommend you don't store anything valuable, keep it on your person. There is also a USB charging point at the back of each seat. English and Spanish news reading as shown here. And we leave Malaga bus station 10 minutes after schedule, which was not bad. We now get some nice views of Malaga city centre. And we now head towards the A7 motorway, which connects all major tourist stops along the Costa del Sol. And we now approach Montes de Malaga, or Malaga National Park, with some nice mountain ranges around the region of Andalusia. Now, as you enjoy the views, I will explain what happened to me while travelling on this night bus towards Benidorm. The situation happened when I got to Benidorm, when I went to retrieve my bag, which I left in the hold at Malaga bus station. My bag was taken. I alerted the driver that my bag was stolen when I could not see it. When I disembarked at Benidorm, we checked all the luggage storage compartments at the side of the bus, and there was no sign of my bag. The bus driver told me I had to wait until 7 AM until the bus station at Benidorm opened to report my stolen bag, but smartly I had an Apple AirTag, which, for those who don't know, that thing is a small chip battery tracking device that can be used with your iPhone to see where your item goes. I also should have said it was 2 a.m. when I noticed the backpack missing, my passport, camera worth around €1,000 was gone. Decided time was of the essence to find my bag as quick as I could, so I got a taxi to the police station in Benidorm at around 2 a.m. I could now see from the tracking device that my bag was stolen at Alicante bus station and was on the move. I went to Benidorm police and I told them the situation, showed them the tracker, and they said there was nothing they could do as the crime happened in Alicante, so I had to go there. So the taxi driver and myself agreed to follow the tracker on the condition that we ring the police when we had tracked my backpack to the address as shown. We drove to the address where the tracker brought me right to the apartment block, and the thief had a leaving track right to their address, which the taxi driver informed was the most dangerous estate in Alicante. The police arrived within 5 minutes and I showed them the tracker, and they agreed that the backpack was more than likely at this address shown, but there was nothing they could do as the Spanish Constitution recognised the home can only be entered if they know a crime is in progress. Having wanted to go in myself, the police stopped me and directed me to go to the police station to fill out a report, which I did and returned today a week later. I'm left unsure will I ever see this item again. So I suppose my advice is I would only take an overnight bus in Spain again if it was urgent. I needed to get to a place straight away without paying hundreds of euros in last minute train or plane bookings, but I wouldn't recommend these overnight buses. And my message of caution would be very vigilant not to leave any valuables whatsoever out of your eyesight. At rest stops is also a prime place for theft if you leave the bag on the bus unguarded. Now, having said all that, I can say that the bus has some great features like movies, games on the screen in front of you, and there was also 2 20-minute rest breaks at designated cafes into 1 hour into the journey and 3 hours into the journey. And there was also time for rest breaks at the 4 bus stop stations I mentioned here along the way, where I saw my fellow travellers smartly take their backpacks in hand, and they took them with them every time they got off the bus for a break. If only I did the same. Anyway, the views here in Andalusia are quite spectacular, but I would take a train, plane or a day bus when travelling around Spain in future for safety reasons. I also lost some great footage of Benidorm, Malaga and the surrounding areas which I lost, but don't worry, I'll go back again sometime, get the train and film this lovely city again. As you can see, the clouds there hovering around the mountaintops. So that's my honest experience on the Spanish overnight bus. Would I recommend it? Probably not. Only in emergencies if you needed to get somewhere fast in a day. It is quite cheap. And we will now continue on our journey with some new views from day to night towards Benidorm. And we take our first rest break here after 1 hour into the journey, which has a lovely cafe and toilets inside. And we now approach the city of Granada, which is our first stop on the way to Benidorm. And here are some of the movies that you can watch on board at the screen in front of you. And here night draws in as we approach our next stop, which is Murcia.
Café, toilet, cigarret, 25 minutos. Coche seca abierto. Gracias.
And now we take our second rest break stop, which is around 4 hours into the journey or halfway. And I must say the cafe stop had desserts, cold and hot drinks, and a good array of hot food, salads. And we now approach Alicante bus station, where you can see a bag storage lockers, and I'm not surprised they need them here.
Alicante, estación de autobuses Alicante.
And we now go through Alicante city centre. And now our final stop, Benidorm, and I hope this video will make people aware of the prevalence of theft in these Spanish overnight buses. But it was a good journey, I suppose, with the views, but I wouldn't take it again.